not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the atom effect. Join the movement.
This is the atom effect. Achieve things out of mind.
If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the atom effect. Join the movement.
This is the atom effect. Achieve things out of mind.
If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The device.
Damn, you're not speaking English. I don't understand what you saying, but I'm TNK, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Girl, you know what I'm packing. Let's make a movie. Lights, camera, action. I'ma start shooting. Yeah.
Cloud.
Yeah. Hey. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my melody. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my. I don't even know what this girl saying now, but she had to get a quick fix, good dick, sick shit, ass so fat, call the shit thick. Girl, you ain't know I like you, wanna wife you. Shit so cool, color ice cube, be the sugar honey with the ice too. Don't forget T, man, don't forget T and K. Watch from a distance, all you do is slay. Tryna get paid, baby, tryna get paid. I don't wanna fall, but I already did. Exchange your heart with the kid. Damn, I got hurt again. Why always trip, man? Why always trip? You sounding like a melody. I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my melody. You sounding like a melody. I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my. Only got 4 minutes, Lord, tell me what to say, so I get the digits. Tell me all the right words, so I get it. Can't be scared, T, can't be scared. You don't wanna bust plan A, then gotta get a plan B. Whole new language, watch yourself. I'm a little dangerous, Melanie got me going crazy. Love your fragrance, gotta listen virtues. Girl, you my patient, gotta have patience. I take time with your lips, yeah, I gotta pace it. Time with the hips, take time with them hips. Girl, 3-course meal, so I dine in them hips. Girl, I dive in them hips. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my melody. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my. Take 5, yeah, the new kid.
Shout out to you if you tuned in, man. If you tuned in, you are the resistance. This is the Blac Pill podcast. Damn, we've been off these last few days, y'all. We've been off. Everything's been off, but it's all good. We still made it, man. I had to let the computer update. The computer always chooses the wrong time to update. I hate that happens, but it is the way it is. You got to keep going. My apologies for coming in here later. We got to try and come in here an hour earlier. That's our new goal. We're going to start trying to come in at 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. That's the new goal. Anyway, shout out to you if you tuned in, man. And let me first off, I got this coffee that I made just now. I don't even know if I made it right because I had no what is it called? I had no filter. So I just poured it directly into the water, so that's gonna be interesting.
What the hell, man?
I don't think it's that kind of coffee, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, let me pull myself up. What up, y'all? It's your boy. Shoot, let me put a poll in the chat real quick. And while I put this poll up, y'all get ready for the show. We're gonna have a quick hour show. Yeah, man, we're just planning for the future, man. It's tough, man. You got to keep moving forward, though. That's the main thing. You got to keep moving forward. Let me see. What should I play? We're going to play Face Him.
Face him. No, get over there and face him. You can't run from him. He's going to win. Yeah. Win it. Win it. Yeah. Yeah. Win it. Win it. Yeah.
Hey, man, that brings back memories. That brings back a lot of memories. All right, so before we get started, I got to put this poll up. Let me find some of my favorite emojis. We're going to pull up the thinking one. Let me see. This one and this one. You guys bear with me real quick. Let me see. All right, let me see. Boom. All right, so the poll is, do you think Cassie was telling the whole truth? Let me see. Did it come out right? You're going to hear a bunch of sounds. Do you think Cassie was telling the truth? Telling the whole truth today? Question mark. She kept it a stack. She was stretching the truth. My bad, y'all. I had to set up. All right, here's the poll for today. So the poll is, do you think Cassie was telling the whole truth today? Let me see. Tell us what you think. We'll put that as a title. Pin the message. Yeah, man, so tell us what you think. Let me put away some stuff before we get started. We just paid the Wi-Fi, though. So the Wi-Fi is paid, so we should be good. And that's probably why the computer needed to update, because it had to register or whatever. I don't know what was going on. But yes, sir. Let's get into today's show, man. Let me see. So yeah, like I said, man, Cassie Ventura testifies in Sean Combs' trafficking case. We're giving you a recap. We discussed it earlier before they went to lunch. I decided I was going to come back in here at 6. It's 6:49. But I'm still here. I'm still here. And yeah, we're going to take a look at it. And we're going to look at some of the details, the more intimate details. And Ninja, I'm here to tell you right now, it is shocking. It's shocking. Okay? It's shocking. Not that shocking because I've heard of things like this before. And I've seen corn before, my ninja. So, I mean, hey, you know, you seen corn enough. It's not that shocking. But, I mean, yeah, it's pretty shocking. All right, let me go to Instagram. Let's see what's popping off on the net first before we get off with that. Wale opens up about not doing press in 3 years. Soon as I go back, they try to tarnish my reputation. Oh, shut up, brother.
What the hell, man?
Shout out to Wale. And what Wale is referring to is supposedly there was some information that came out or that was leaked that Diddy held Wale over a rooftop and threatened to, I guess, off the ninja. I'm just like, man,
What the hell, man?
you know how hard, you know how strong, first off, let me not say hard because this is awkward, but do you know how strong you would have to be to hold a man over a ledge? Like, and this is coming from somebody that's 260 pounds. I'm saying this to you. And I'm strong. I push weight. I push more weight than the average person. I'm not going to disclose the weight that I push because I don't want ninjas to get their panties in the water, but I push some heavy weights, and I'm here to tell you, that's damn near impossible. To hold a ninja up while he's dangling, right, like this, first off, to test it, all you have to do is go take two 20-pounders, right? Two 20-pound dumbbells, right? Take two 20-pound dumbbells and take them and hold them like that for 1 minute. Now, 20 and 20 is 40 pounds. That's 40 pounds. Now, I'm pretty sure Wale is at least 150, maybe 120 if he's smaller in real life. Even with that being said, and I'm pushing it by saying 120, no disrespect to Wale, but what I'm saying is that's damn near impossible, my ninja. That ain't easy. You can't do that with a small girl, with a petite woman. You can't hold her like that unless you was like 6'7" and you had big ass arms. Here we go. Some serious scumbags in this industry. I ain't try to do press in 3 years. As soon as I go back, they try to tarnish reputation for absolutely no reason. And as an artist, what can you even do? The industry is effing insane. Hey, man, it is what it is, ninja. I'm starting to peep game. Well, I'm not going to say what I peep. I'm going to keep it to myself. Okay? If you want the info, if you want the info, the game is sold and not told. I give you guys some free game every now and then, but I'm going to keep the game to myself. And here's the clip that Wale's referring to where they discussed it. It's so funny. I don't remember this lady's name, but shout out to her. And I think she's in Houston. I'm not entirely sure. Here we go.
Something with the Diddy situation.
Why are you asking me about that stuff?
I was going to say, to clear it up, you weren't involved.
She got mad right there, boy. She was angry. She was angry. Here we go.
I never got in an altercation with that man.
Yeah.
I've never been in an altercation with nobody in the industry.
Yeah.
I've had close calls, but not him. Definitely, like that. It was made up by somebody who's just trolling and it just went.
Yeah, I know you are, because when they throw people's names in it, when you have nothing to do with it, I know that's like. It's a
topic to get to go. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. Like that's preposterous, man.
Your name was brought up.
Man, all I can say is this, my ninja. All I can say is this. You ninjas out here, you ninjas got the time to pay for some press and publicity, negative publicity about ninjas, man. I need to get my money up, man. Come on, bro. We need to get our money up, man. Hey, man. Hey, man. Hit the donations down below. Y'all know what it is if y'all want to donate. If not, hit the like button. If not, answer the poll. So far, we got one person saying that she kept it a stack. Hey, bro. We gonna discuss it. We coming up to it. But yeah, shout out to Wale. Hey, bro, if you ninjas got time to if you ninjas got the money to go put negative press out about people, hey man, donate to the Cash App, my ninja. Donate to the Ko-Fi, my ninja. Let's see what else we got. Hold up. Melody about to have a bad dream. Hopefully she wakes up. Yeah, she just woke up. Yeah, let me see what else. We have surveillance footage capturing the moment a Miami Gardens police officer allegedly discharged 5 gunshots at a dog that had escaped from a nearby home and was running towards him. The officer was allegedly responding to a call about someone vandalizing vehicles in the neighborhood. Sadly, the 1.5-year-old pup reportedly passed away from its injuries. That's not too important. That's expected. People, keep your dog on a leash. All right, let me see what I have to show you before we get to the main event, because it's a lot to cover. First things first, I have some old Diddy videos that surfaced up, by the way. Right? I got some old Diddy videos that surfaced up that I'm going to show you guys. But before I show you guys that, I have to show you one thing from the news, the NBA news. Shout out to Cooper Flagg. I believe he's the #1 draft pick, if I'm not mistaken, or potentially. And they had the NBA Combine. I just got to show that real quick. Let me see.
What'd you think of Combine today?
I thought it was really good. A lot of testing, guys, going out there working hard, showing what they can do. So I thought it was a really good day.
What'd you show today?
I think just the versatility, the speed, athleticism, the vertical all together, and then just the ability to see working on my shot. My favorite drill, probably some of the shooting drills, just, showing basketball side of things, getting on the court, so that was fun.
What'd you think?
Shout out to that ninja. Shout out to my white brother from another mother. All right, man, let me get into the main stuff, man. We had to do a show a little different. So we got a couple videos to show you about Diddy. Shout out to Diddy, man. Hey, it's crazy out here in these streets. You guys, tell us what you think, man. Tell us what you think in the comment section. Here we go, man. Here we go. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready, bro. Here we go. All right, so this is the first one. First off, also, let me preface this show by saying this. Everything is allegedly. This is all for entertainment purposes only. None of this may or may not be true. I have no clue. I'm just bringing what I see on my Instagram feed / algorithm. Don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. And I'm saying don't judge these people in here because these are regular people at the end of the day. So this is an old video that popped up on my algorithm. It says Diddy snaps on paparazzi when spotted leaving hot Pilates class with no shirt on in West Hollywood, California. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, Diddy? How you doing? Hey, is it true that Cassie's pregnant? Hey, you looking good, Diddy, man. You getting buff, man. How was Pilates? So,
just jumping out on a motherfucker like that, please, man. It's just like a mutual respect.
Okay.
I'm always cool with y'all.
Okay, that's cool, man. All right, hey. You what?
But what the hell, boy?
I wouldn't say, I don't know. I ain't famous like that. People know me, but people just know a little bit of me. But yeah, I wouldn't say they popped out on him. I think they just said, hey, Diddy. I don't know. Tell us what you think. Here we go.
Well, that's cool, man. Yeah, just everybody wanted to know about Cassie. They were happy for her about the pregnancy. So, all right, man. Well, good seeing you, Diddy, bro. Take care.
Yeah, man. He started bulking up. Shout out to Diddley. These videos may or may not progressively get worse over time. Let's continue. We have another one. So we have what the hell is going on with this shit? Excuse my French. It says guys broke down and cried when they were asked about their experience with P. Diddy. Is it ask or is it ask?
But what the hell, boy?
No, I'm just playing. I'm just trolling. But yeah, so guys broke down and cried when they were asked about their experiences with P. Diddy. Here we go.
Yeah, we gotta take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break. I've never seen a whole group of men cry at the same time, and this was over something that Diddy,
took place with them with Diddy.
Yeah, over the whole making the band thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm not quite sure what it is, but it was traumatic enough to have a whole group of grown men cry.
Grown men ain't talking about it.
But what the hell, boy?
Hey man, shout out to Boosie Boo, man. Shout out to Boo. It's got to be said, bro. Why y'all not talking about it, bro? I understand, hey, people been through trauma. I've been through trauma. I don't like to talk about my trauma. You know, it makes me feel weak. I've been there, you know? Ninja been set up. I done been beat up. I've been robbed, extorted, all type of ish. I don't like to talk about it. I get that, but I'm saying, like, so you just gonna let the ninja walk free? I don't know.
They was up here. What are they crying about? Did he hurt their feelings or did he hurt their ass?
Oh.
I don't know.
What are they crying about?
You what?
Oh. Oh.
You what?
Hey, Boo. Boosie. Shout out to Boosie. Chill though. Here we go.
He might have hurt their feelings because he was hurting their feelings on making it a band.
Yeah.
Even they might be traumatized with it like that.
Yeah.
But if you gonna get up here, why the f you get up here and tell him? You crying? Did he go in your ass or not?
But what the hell, boy?
And what's interesting about the case too, right? What's interesting about the case is, other than the male escorts, we haven't really heard about any men. Haven't you guys noticed that? Nobody's noticed that because there was a bunch of dudes that came out too. This is supposed to be a class action suit, but we haven't heard anything about any men. Secondly, we haven't heard anything about Tony Busby. Let it also be known that this is a court case that's gonna last 8 to 10 weeks, right? So I'm assuming these things will come out later on because this is all the charges that they're trying to bring up against him. But this is the main things that they're trying to get him for. And none of those things were brought up. So no men were involved or brought up. And there's multiple people who participated in these parties or whatever the case may have you. Now, I'm not no snitch, right? I'm not no snitch. I am a square though. I'm a square. Don't bring people to me. I'm not one of them ninjas. Please don't bring people to me because I'm a square that would defend themselves, okay? And I will vehemently tell the police what I did, all right? Let it be known. I'm not one of them ninjas, okay? I'm not one of them ninjas. If you come to me with some negative energy, you will be met with the same force, maybe times 10, okay? Like Super Saiyan, all right? But I'm saying all that to say, Yeah, I mean, we'll see what's going on with the case, but it's just interesting that they're building the case around Cassie and I believe it's 2 or 3 other Jane Does. So let's continue.
You have people thinking they winning your ass.
But it's true.
Don't get up here and try to salt the man down. Tell the truth.
Oh shit, my
he
bad,
said
Joe.
he said I ain't no snitch, so he didn't want to actually say what happened or what he saw.
Okay, well, he enjoyed. He likes to relive it.
Not sure.
But
Not sure. But like I said, I have never in my, what is it now, 17 years of doing interviews, I've never seen a whole group of men break down in tears.
We gotta take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. Shout out to Twan. We got Twan in the building, bro. Yeah, bro. It's getting wild, homie. I don't know, guys. Tell us what you think. I don't know what to believe. All I'm knowing is 3 grown men. Hey, y'all niggas is tripping, bro. That's all I'm saying. Y'all better find strength to stand together. All right, continuing on. We have this lady right here discussing Diddy, his kids, Cassie and Diageo or Diego. I don't know how to pronounce the ninja name, bro. So if I said it funny,
but what the hell,
hey,
boy?
my beezy. All right, let's get it. What does she have to say?
Maybe turn his kids against him, because I heard that they left the courtroom once certain stuff was revealed. That is just some weird ass shit. We gotta talk about that. Second of all, Cassie and the escorts. I've told y'all multiple times, and I'm gonna continue.
And y'all tell us what y'all think too. Listen to this.
To say, for those who want to say that Cassie couldn't get away from Diddy, yes, there's a video of her trying to leave. I don't know all of the ins and outs of how Alex, her new husband, helped her get away from Diddy. But all I want to say is this.
And let it be known too. My bad. I have to cut her off real quick. Let it be known too, bro. After hearing the stuff that we heard in this courtroom, or we read in the courtroom, bro, and he stayed through it. Yeah, I mean, if he stays with her, good for him. But more than likely, I don't know if their relationship's gonna last, bro. Don't be mad at me. I'm just saying, because I'm not saying that I can't do it or whatever, but that ninja practically heard his girl getting ran through or was getting ran through for 4 days straight. Ninja. Like that, bro. That's what they said in the courtroom, bro. 48 hours. She had to take drugs to keep going, bro. That's insane, bro. Ninja. It got me stuttering, bro. That's some high level functioning addict kind of stuff. Like, you got money to keep your habit going for hours, ninja. Like I said, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy, but here we go.
Misa Hilton and J-Lo are, and there are other women, Lori Harvey, are a testament that if you really want to leave Diddy, you can and still have your life. Cassie has been able to escape Diddy, and she's still alive and having kids and married now. I just want to put that out there because, people want to make Cassie a victim. I think Cassie is a victim of her parents more than she is Diddy.
Real quick. Yeah, bro. Shout out to Twan. Twan said 48 hours, one session. Yes, I believe the longest session was, if I'm not mistaken, 48 hours. And we're going to discuss it on the main event. But yeah, Ninja, wild stuff, bro. Wild stuff. And at the same time, like I said, the Blac Pill, smoke, mirrors, and truth. We can't sit there. She said in court that she didn't enjoy it or whatever. She didn't want, what did she say? She said she didn't want him to victimize another woman, but there were other women in the picture, and she knew that he wasn't necessarily just monogamous to her. So, I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Let's continue.
I think people are not asking the right questions. Where has Cassie's parents been through all of this? Where were Cassie's parents when she was dating grown-ass Ryan Leslie as a teenager still in high school?
Yep.
I think Cassie's parents, and I always say this,
they were aware,
gave her into the system that is Hollywood, and that made her susceptible to ending up with much older predatory men, i.e. Ryan Leslie and Diddy. Because I always believe if you watch how things go or how things went, I think Ryan Leslie handed Cassie off to Diddy too. I think she's just gone from handler to handler. We really got to talk about the real, because it's so easy to see things from just a surface level when you don't really know what's going on in the industry. I think
let me just say this too, y'all. That coffee I just drunk, bro, That coffee is not the one that you mix into the water, bro. That's the one that needs to be strained, bro.
But what the hell, bro?
But I needed it, bro. I haven't had coffee in a while. I gotta go get some filters. Anyways, yeah, bro. I mean, what it comes down to is when you're a pretty woman, first off, gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, gentlemen, are you listening? Gentlemen, women live a life completely different from ours. Women live their life, like women would never tell you though, because you guys would be mad at them for it, but they live a life in silence from about, and shout out to Coach Greg, he said this, from about whenever they start having their periods to, we'll say like 30, 32. Yeah, women live a life, bro. And you ninjas will never know and they'll never tell you. And they'll lie on here too and be like, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true. It's true, ninja. It's true. They live the life, bro. They'll be doing all kind of crazy stuff. I ain't even finna get into it because it could be an hour-long conversation, but they'll never tell you. And they all lie for each other. And that's what we call the girl code, okay? But yeah, I mean, her parents probably gave her away to them in the idea of she could have more because she's a pretty girl. She could do more. They'll give her what she needs. Let's continue.
I'll continue to say, Cassie was Carisha before Carisha. She was down with all of the freak off. She was down with it. She was down with it. If you go and watch Chopper Young City from Making a Band's interview on The Art of Dialogue, he even alludes to, yes, like Cassie being a crazy girl when it comes to like her and Diddy fighting and stuff like that. Yep. I think Cassie's a victim of her parents selling her off. As far as Diageo, yeah, I'm glad the karma's coming through. Y'all have made a lot of money off of deceiving black people and poisoning black people. Black people, we got to take responsibility for a lot of that too. We love to drink and throw ass and act a fool. But, you know.
Whoa. We love to drink. Don't get me wrong. We like to drink. Now, we don't like to throw ass and act the fool. It's some of y'all ninjas out here in these streets, and I like seeing ass getting thrown, right? But I'm here to tell you, yeah, it's some low-level behavior. Y'all think everybody want to be like y'all. I'm here to tell you, bro, no, they don't, bro. The audacity of some people. No, they don't, bro. They don't want to be like you. Nobody wants to go around to random people and just start shaking their booty, bro. And just start shaking their booty, bro. Just open a butt to you, bro. Nobody wants to do that, bro. Oh man, it has to be said, bro, because ninjas will never take it serious unless somebody that look like them say it. But guess what? I'll turn around and say it. You know what they'll turn around and tell me? You ain't black. You ain't black. So I mean, hey, bro, it is what it is. Don't get mad at the truth. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? I'm just saying. Let's continue.
You know what? I feel like Uno reverse on them. Y'all want to bring all of this shit down with Diddy because he didn't want to continue to, you know, be a slave. Y'all thought that, you know, the slave was getting too big for his britches. Okay, and now y'all asses are getting sued too. And now y'all getting exposed too. All of y'all is the same type of devil, so all y'all can go sit in the same hell. Period. Let's talk.
Shout out to her for whatever she was saying. I didn't get the gist of it. She went on 3 different tangents, but I guess Diageo is the company that wanted to do business with Diddy for Ciroc, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all let me know. Let's continue. We have more videos. So this is Diddy turning up on somebody during Halloween when he was a Joker. I remember when he was a Joker. Shout out to Twan. Twan said that's why Dominicans don't say they're black. Exactly, bro. It's certain stuff, and Dominicans shake booty too, but it's a lot of things that we do, like, one thing with black people, we try and find every justification for all our negative behaviors. And it's like, yeah, we can find a justification. The issue becomes, okay, are you going to change up your behavior or are you going to continue to do the same? And it's hard at times because most people don't want to change. But even me, I catch myself, right? I have to catch myself and be like, man, I got to change, because if you don't change, you're going to continue to repeat the same cycles. And I mean, when it comes to other communities, I'm cool with other types of people. Like, I love all people, but I'm always on edge because, I know they view me as a ninja, right? They view me as a ninja. Right? And it's something I can't escape because I'm dark. I'm really dark. No matter how I dress, I would have to cut my hair bald and talk soft like a bitch for them to turn around and really be like, we accept you. So, it's hard for me. It's hard for me, but that's why I keep to myself. And, I fuck with the core. Shout out to the core because it's tough, bro. But at the same time, I tell all of y'all, you know, all the ninjas that look like me, everybody that find a way to my page, don't let society box you in. Society tries to do this thing where people are at war. People are only at war because people got nothing better to do with their lives. Their lives are boring as shit, and they gotta find somebody to take it out on. Yeah, don't fall into that hate with people. Just keep the distance from people that are hateful, because they'll probably turn around and make you do something you don't want to do. Anyways, let's get back to it. So yeah, bro, this was Diddy when he was Joker, and I guess they was turning up on somebody, or he was turning up on somebody because he ain't want no love, no pun intended.
But what the hell?
Here we go.
You're a clown! What's up, baby? We shot, baby. We shot. You don't like me? Get to it.
So this Ninja Diddy, this Ninja Diddy became Joker on Halloween and pulled up to one of his ops, right? This ninja pulled up to one of his ops with a glizzy. With a glizzy. That's some badass shit, boy. Somebody say he switched from the Joker to P. Diddy, then back to the Joker. Hold on, we gotta run that back. Here we go. Look at this shit. And we sitting here thinking, you know, young in me, right? When I seen it when I was younger, I'm thinking, man, I wanted to be Joker. You know, Batman's my favorite superhero, for those of you who don't know. All right, Batman. My favorite alter ego is the Red X. Red X, you know, Robin. Shout out to Robin too. But yeah, so I'm sitting here looking at Diddy. I'm looking at Diddy like, yo, this ninja's cool. This ninja became the Joker. I wanted to be Joker and have a girl that I'm dealing with be Harley Quinn. You know what it is. But come to find out, this ninja was pressing people as the Joker, pretending, and he really thought he was the Joker in his head. He wasn't pretending, actually. Here we go.
What's up, baby? We shot, baby. We shot. You don't like me? Get to it. If you don't like me, you in front. Get to it. Don't play with me on Halloween. I'm out here with love. You want to have love? It's what up, this up. Come on here and I'll bust your. Nah, hey, keep it. Make sure you don't never talk to me like that. Love, man. You what?
This ninja was the diddler. This ninja was the diddler, bro. This ninja was the diddler, bro. Do you guys see how crazy that is? That's insane, bro. That is insane. Here we go.
Do you know who I am? Bro, you know who I am. It's all love. It's all love, bro. It's all love, bro. Yo, bro. It's all love. It's Puff. Come here, give me a hug, though. You lucky, though. You lucky. You know, I'm really about that. But I love you. And we're together.
Shout out to Twan. He said, like them people say, just kidding. Nah, bro.
We're together. Come to the after party and change your mind.
I don't even know what to press, bro. I don't even know what to press, bro. I think he didn't know. I'm assuming based off of the video, he didn't actually know that was Diddy. So, you know, when Ninja come up to you, who's seen The Dark Knight? If you've seen The Dark Knight, put a 1 in the chat, bro. Put a 1 in the chat. So if you've seen The Dark Knight, bro, you know you see that Joker, bro. That Joker plays no games. So this ninja came dressed as the Joker from The Dark Knight, right? With a bunch of goons. And this ninja thought he was supposed to know who he was. And this ninja like, yo, what's really going down? I don't know if they knew each other though, but I'm assuming, right? I'm assuming that they didn't know each other. And that way that ninja was looking like, yo, who are these people? He was probably shook, honestly. We're gonna run it back one more time. Watch this ninja lose it, bro.
You're a clown.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
What's up, baby? We shot, baby. We shot. You don't like me? Get to it. If you don't like me, you in front. Get to it.
This ninja's a Looney Tune. I told you guys, crazy, bro. Ninjas is crazy out here in these streets. Shout out to Diddy. But hey, bro, that's why I stay strapped, bro, because, you know, I don't really roll deep. I used to roll deep. I used to have like 10 ninjas rolling with me everywhere I went. And I said, man, I ain't finna do all that, because when push come to shove, you got to take care of all these ninjas that's rolling with you. You got to have these ninjas on payroll. Bro, Everybody can't eat, bro. So yeah, that's why I tell y'all niggas, hey man, stay safe out here in these streets because there's some Looney Tunes. And this is a famous Looney Tune. Here we go.
Play with me on Halloween. I'm out here with love. You want to have love? It's what up, this up. Come on in, I'll bust your. Nah, hey, keep it. Make sure you don't never talk to me like that. Love, man. Do you know who I am? Bro, you know who I am. It's all love. It's all love, bro. It's all love, bro. Yo, bro. It's all love. It's Puff. Come here, give me a hug, though. You lucky, though. You lucky, you know?
That ninja said, give me a hug, but you lucky though. Yeah, that's why I stay away from you ninjas, bro. That's why I stay away from you ninjas. That ninja tweaked out, bro. That ninja tweaked out because that man didn't like him, bro. Shout out to Twan. Twan said Boondocks need a reboot and help me deal with this madness. Facts, bro. Hey, bro. Boondocks. Shout out to the Boondocks. Hey, Boondocks, put me in there, bro. Put me in. Tag me in, homie. Tag me in. I'm going to go ham, bro. Tag me in, bro. Tag me in. I'll go ham, bro. I'll go ham. All right, we got more, guys. We got more. Hold on. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 1, 2, 3. And shout out to Twan. Look, Twan just said a W comment, bro. This is a W comment right here. That was a billionaire, people. Do you understand that? That was a billionaire that we just watched. We just watched a billionaire act like that. It don't matter that he's a ninja. He could be a Winja. He could be an Indian. It don't matter. That was a billionaire acting like that, bro. So that just goes to show you something, bro. That just goes to show you something. Real quick, gentlemen, real quick. You know, Diddy's fighting for his life in jail. I wanted to show you guys this. I got to remind you guys to stay out of jail. So this relates to the subject. Gentlemen, if you go to prison, you want to be a gangbanger, drug dealer, thug. Shout out to the thugs, gangbangers, drug dealers, MS-13, Bloods, Crips. Shout out to all of y'all, right? Don't come for me, please. You know, don't come for me, please. I'm kind of ruining the ranks for you guys, but I have to do it because I want to protect the younger generation who don't know better, right? So, gentlemen, this can be you if you end up in prison. Look at this shit. This man right here is rapping for his life. Here we go.
You know what we learned today in class. If you on rap, boy, we gonna beat your ass. If you on rap, boy, we gonna beat your ass. If you on rap, boy, we gonna beat your ass.
Now, this guy, this brother right here is white, right? But they're saying, if you don't rap, we gonna get you and we gonna end you. Here we go.
Did we learn what we did today in class? If Willie don't rap, we gonna beat his ass. If Willie don't rap, we gonna beat his ass. We gonna leave William Banks in the past.
If I'm left in the past, then I'm gonna end up last. But I'm trying to be first, cause God's first. And I wanna be like the man upstairs. But in my cell blocks, on the bottom floor, on the bottom floor. Come look at the door, I'm trying to go home. I got a lot of things to look for.
Now, if you end up in jail, prison, this will be you. Okay? That ninja is rapping for his life right now because them ninjas probably got some, what do they call them? Not switches. What are they called? Shanks. Them ninjas probably got shanks right now and they ready to shank this ninja if he don't rap. That's what you're going to have to deal with, people. If you don't rap, they will shank you. They will end you and leave you in the past. Are you hearing me? Here we go.
Like my friend.
Push that shit out, nigga. Push that shit out, nigga.
If I end up last, I'm gonna pass out because I be smoking under gas. I smuggle it in the jail.
Push that shit out.
I smuggle in the jail from my ass. I got the biggest, baddest ass in the whole jail. But
if I'm dead, nigga, push that shit out, scream it.
Nobody wanna fuck.
You what?
But what the hell, bro?
So if you want to be in prison, you want to be big and bad, good luck, bro. I'm not that strong. I'm strong. You know, I'm tough as nails. I always tell y'all, once my granny passed away, may she sleep in peace. You know, I became tough. I became tough as nails. I don't cry, but I'm not that tough, bro. I don't want to be there. Let's continue. We got more from Diddy. We have more from Diddy. All right, so we have this right here. Why would Diddy get a tattoo of Tupac? Hey, man, shout out to Tupac and Biggie, man. One thing about it, everybody on social media has ruined my interpretation of who Tupac and Biggie used to be. I don't know if it's just my algorithm, but now I'm hearing all these stories about Tupac and Big playing for the same team. I'm saying here like, At the same time, shout out to the Alphabet Boys and Girls. I'm just like, I ain't thought them niggas was like that. Shout out to Twan. Twan said, damn, that wasn't funny. Yeah, bro, that's how them niggas finna be in prison, bro. Don't go to prison, guys. I'm trying to scare you away. That's beyond scared straight. That is beyond scared straight. Don't go, bro. Do not go. I'm telling you. Ninja. If you guys have seen my algorithm, that's the soft side of my algorithm. Guys, that video that I showed you is the soft side. I've seen a bunch of ninjas. I'm not talking about one. I'm talking about multiple videos. I've seen ninjas get off in prison on my algorithm. Shout out to the Fetty Gov. That's why I say death to the function. Because look, real quick, let me give y'all a brief conspiracy, if you will, right? And this is not a conspiracy, this is facts. The media is the fourth branch of government that is unrestricted. The media specifically gathers people's information, right? And then sends them certain stuff. So one thing I know for sure, and two things for certain, when it comes to black people, first off, I'll do it with the other races of people. Y'all want to know why? Y'all want to know why other races of people don't like black people that much? And I only believe in one race. This is the human race. I'm going to just give y'all some game. Hopefully they don't cut off the stream. But the reason why is because they take the worst videos of black people acting a fool and acting a monkey, right? They take those videos and they allow those videos to circulate through their platforms. So you can try and report those videos, but they're the same videos that you keep seeing. Same videos, same videos, same videos. But what they don't do is if possible, they'll control the amount of other races of people acting the same way. And the reason why I have proof is I'm seeing it on my algorithm from all races of people. So I see white people acting like ninjas. I see black people acting like ninjas. I see Indian people acting like ninjas. And to prove my point further, y'all follow me for more, hit the notification button. I'm gonna start bringing proof of these people acting like this. The only reason why I seen this because I went to go find it. So now that I found it, my algorithm shows it to me. But like I said, they push that to other races of people. And when it comes to the black community, they only push negativity to us. So they take the worst stuff and they keep it repeating, and they push it to the masses of black people. So that way black people think that that's their culture. Or at least American black people think that that's their culture. And that's why they act the way they act. Then they turn around and point the finger. Everybody else points the finger at the same black people whose culture that they want to copy. But like I said, shout out to the Fetty Gov, because the Fetty Gov is allowing that to happen. That's bars, people. That's bars. So like I said, when it comes to the prison stuff, guys, the reason why I can say I'm a square is because I've actually seen what goes on in prison. Shout out to the Bloods, shout out to the Crips, shout out to MS-13, all that. I done dealt with some type of people. I'm never going to speak on everything in totality because we don't know who's watching, right? But one thing I will tell you is I've dealt with gang-affiliated people. And I actually know how these people move. They've told me. Not only that, I've seen it on my algorithm where they spoke on this stuff. I don't know why I've seen it, but it's been shown to me. So that's how I know. Shout out to Twan. He said, I saw a man get tricked into drinking fent in his soda by his own people. You see what I'm saying, bro? That's how I go. That's how I go. And like I said, the crazy thing about it is nobody understands that, because if you look at other people's algorithms, they don't see the same thing. And that's why I say the media is the unrestricted fourth branch of government, because the media is purposely doing this. I don't know who's in power and why they do it, but one thing I will tell you is this. If they weren't doing it, you wouldn't have to put specifics into who you are as a person, and they wouldn't categorize you as to who you are. So that way they wouldn't know what to send you. And what I mean by that is the reason why you fill out all that information is so they can figure out what you are more than likely to buy. And the things that you're more likely to buy are the things that they're going to sell to you. So for example, if I put that I'm a black person, they're going to sell me black culture, which is guns, drugs, pills, leans, hannies, partying, girls shaking their butt. I could be a black person that don't like none of that stuff, but after a while I'm gonna start to like that stuff because they're bombarding me with that messaging. And that's what I try to tell you guys. You guys got to kind of try and fight back, but you can't actually fight back because the media, like I said, the unrestricted fourth branch of government, use Diddy as an example. So the media painted Diddy a certain way for the last year before he even got in a trial, and now they have him in a trial telling you, right? They have him in a trial. Y'all follow me for a second. Hold up, I gotta hit the button. So they got you right now watching a trial, or not watching, but listening in to the notes of a trial where supposedly you're supposed to believe that Diddy's in a courtroom being judged by a jury of his peers. I'm here to tell you that's not true. I'm here to tell you that's biased. Now, I'm not defending Diddy because based off of the nature of the case, it's some, it's some sick ish or whatever. But I mean, ninjas is freaky. Ninjas is freaky. I'm not the boss of this ninja. And what I will tell you is this, whatever happens, right? But at the same time, he's not being judged by a jury of his peers, and he's not getting a fair trial because we all know about the instances that happen, and we all have the same social media. This should already have been a mistrial, but because it's the Fetty Gov, it's going to be unfair. And that's why I try and tell you guys, excuse me, right? That's why I try and tell you guys, and like I say, I don't say too much because I'm aware that people are watching, and I don't know who's watching. So I don't want to come off, they don't like a smart ninja. We just gonna put it out there, right? They don't like a smart ninja. If you want proof of that, I used to get bullied every day by the people around me, by my peers, for being smarter than them because I was younger than them. Mind you, these people knew that they were older than me, and these people were still bullying me as I came up. I'm talking about even in college. Ninjas was trying to bully me in college. Only reason why I ain't do it to them was out of respect for my family. Shout out to Papa Blac. That's the only reason why I ain't do it to them. Oh, and the police too. That's the only reason why I ain't do it to him. And I would have did it to him because I told him, I said, to be real with you, we ain't come from the same struggles. After that, they want to shuffle back. Hey, man, I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing with you. It's all love. It's like, nigga, it ain't all love, bro. I have good memory. It's bad that I have good memory, but it is what it is. But like I said, me personally, use me as a testament. I had people that I came up with that didn't like me, that tried to steer me down the wrong way because I was smarter than them. So I'm here to tell you, nobody likes a smart ninja. They'll turn around and take advantage of you. On top of that, the reality of the situation is I'm sexy. Y'all should have seen me back when I was in college. I'm not going to say I'm the most sexy, but I made Black look good. I got a big body. Like I tell you guys, I'm 260. Look at me, man. I mean, I look good. So a lot of people don't like people that look good. On top of that, a lot of people don't like Black people that look good. So they really start to hate you after that. So use me as a testament. I'm not saying this is the same situation for Diddy. What I'm saying is use me as a testament to understand that when people don't like you, they will try and throw you under. They'll try and throw dirt on your name. I've had people closest to me try to do that to me. I had people I knew. That's the reason why I don't really talk to a lot of people. That's why I keep my distance. I keep like a foot worth of distance because I don't trust these ninjas. But yeah, bro, the media, bro. So the media paint you in a certain way without you recognizing and without you realizing it. And next thing you know, everybody's looking at you like you're a bad person. And what they do is they keep bombarding the message to you. Now, let me explain how. They give us the platform, right? They give us the platform and we can use the platform however way we want. So look, I'm going to use this as an example. XXL. I'm not going to say XXL because, and like I said, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'll give you a different example. Look, think 1 second. All right. So think Say Cheese Digital, think Hollywood Unlocked, think Shade Room Teens, think Shade Room, think what else? I'm gonna just use XXL to add to the pot, right? XXL, think the Blac Pill podcast, think $1 million worth of game. What's Vlad? Shout out to Vlad, and what's the other ninja name? Think Vlad TV. What's the other ninja name? What's the Adam 22, right? So that's 10 different media publications, right? So one person gets a story. Right? So let's say Diddy beat Cassie. One person gets this story. Now you have 10 different publications. My bad, y'all. You got 10 different publications posting the same story in their own way to get the most views. So now you have 10 different people posting that story. After that, now you got the lower level people posting the same story, trying to get the most views. Everybody fighting for the most attention so you guys can come see me or they can come see them or whatever the case may have you. And that's why I say the media is unrestricted, because you can push this information out. Now, if you follow all these people, you see the same story 10 times. After the 7th time, you probably believe the story. After the 7th time, it doesn't matter what it is, you believe it happened like this, and now you formulated an opinion. So even in the case of Diddy, how can he have a fair trial if we all share the same social media and we've all seen this? There's no way. But let's continue, man. I got to get back to it. I had to give y'all some game, man. Because people don't know. But the media is more dangerous than the government. Y'all got to realize that the media is part of the government, but the media doesn't necessarily have a check and balance system the same way that the government has a check and balance system. So the government has a check and balance system like the judges have due process. So the government can't just up and do something unless executive order from the president, but the media can just up and print out a story. A bunch of media companies can print out a story whether or not it's true. And guess what? If it's not true, all they'll do is just backtrack and be like, we apologize. And people are just going to keep going on with their lives, people. So yeah, man. Hey, man, you got to be careful out here in these streets. All right. So when did Diddy get this tattoo? Tupac. Here we go.
Why would Diddy get a tattoo of Tupac's skull over his heart?
All the people in the industry know at one time, Pac and Puff was like this.
But Puff had an obsession with him for whatever reason it was.
Puff and Tupac was like a couple, it seemed like to me.
Whatever they may have done, and you gotta remember, they was all swingers. It came to the point where him and Pac wasn't cool no more at all.
Yeah.
You what? But what the hell, bro?
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's like I said, bro. It's a lot of stuff going on. I'm here to tell you guys when it comes to the swinger world. You know, a lot of people, y'all gotta realize something, bro. I know I look young, right? I know it's hard. I am young. First off, I am young. I'm not that old, but I'm not that young. Y'all gotta understand. My life was started, and I'm giving you the backstory. I'm gonna bring it back full circle. Like my adult life, like I was in college at 16. So before people knew my age, I was hanging around grown people, right? Before they actually knew my age. So imagine what women do. I wasn't the woman per se, but I'm saying like I was around a bunch of people that was older than me. I was getting into parties early because I had my college ID. So long as the party, you know, close to the school, whatever, you know, my parents like, where you at? Well, I'm at the school. Oh yeah, we coming to get you. All right, well, if you coming to get me, I'm gonna just walk my ass back to the school. You feel me? Because there was I went to a university, so there was campuses, there was campus life and everything, and people knew me because I was friendly. I was always friendly. Like even now, I'm friendly, but I wasn't aware of how society really was. Like I was raised like sheltered, so my parents sheltered me so well that I understood racism. I had like a grasp of concepts, but I didn't truly understand the deepness of it. Like, you know, so. I'm talking about like, you know, the school I went to was predominantly like an international school, but there was a lot of white people. So I used to hang around a lot of white people and they used to literally tell me, bro, out their mouth, like, yo, you know, you changed my whole perception of black people and all this. And like I said, I'm 16 at the time. So I'm confused. I'm like, bro, I'm like, yo, I'm in my head. I'm like, yo, what is this ninja talking about? I'm like, so I'm here like, hey, well, I'm happy I did that, right? Cause I have no clue. I'm like, yo, what did I do? You know, in my head, I'm thinking that to myself, but I'm playing like, hey, you know, it is what it is. But I'm thinking that to myself because they never met a ninja or they never met somebody my color that was able to speak like me, crack jokes, understand sarcasm and all this stuff, and like be so happy. Like they're used to seeing ninjas like down and depressed and all that. So yeah, I seen a lot of shit. I seen a lot of shit. I had people try a lot of shit. So like I said, when it comes to the swinger parties, right? This not when I was 16. This probably when I was in Houston. I've told this story a number of times. You can go through my streams. I've met swingers before. First off, right? I've met swingers before. So that actually does happen, people. I thought it was fake. I thought it was some unrealistic stuff that they created in corn, my ninja. Right? So look, I'm not going to expose too much of that community because it's not my job to do so, but I'll say the stuff that I've said before, which is, yeah, you can be invited into that lifestyle as a ninja, as a man. Only way you get invited into that lifestyle is if you're a +1 of somebody else, right? If you're a +1 of somebody else, or you kind of help fund it. And I mean, there's other ways too, like there's different things that you can do, but I mean, you have to go find the community first. It's not going to find you. I, by a stroke of luck, found a community. And the only reason why I found a community, for those of you who don't know, I be Ubering sometimes to make money. Shout out to the Uber drivers, right? I Uber sometimes to help make the extra money. I don't really be doing the regular Uber like that no more because people be weird, but I used to when I was younger. So around this time, I'm staying in the H. Shout out to Houston. What up, Houston? And Houston is a big place. So, you know, Houston's a big place. So I'm meeting a bunch of people. Around this time, I had 2 dogs. I didn't only have Melody. I had Melody and I had my other dog, Snowball. I had to get rid of Snowball. She was a great Pyrenees. She was getting too big. She was chewing the walls off. At that time, I was renting a house. I was renting a duplex because I was like, oh, you know, it was just the right thing at the right time. Houston was cheap at the time. It's like, I'm trying to think, is this pre-COVID or post-COVID? I'm pretty sure this is post-COVID. Like, this is around COVID time. Like, COVID time's happening. So I'm doing Uber also because, you know, I'm like, bro, like, how am I supposed to make this bread? You know, they giving out a little money, but I'm like, yo, I still got bills. You know, my landlord's talking to me about rent and stuff. I'm like, yo, I still got to make bill money. So I'm still Ubering and stuff a little bit. So, like I said, I met this white lady. And yeah, we was talking, right? So we just talking and stuff. You know, I'm taking her far away to like some random place. I'm taking her up north. So we going, right? We going. So I don't know where the conversation went, but I was just like, yo, so like, you know, I'm looking at her in the back while I'm driving. I'm like, yo, so like, why you dressed like that? Like, where you going for real? And it's like late night. She's like, what do you mean? So she had a trench coat on, right? She had a trench coat on. And like I said, if you've done Uber, you know, and I'm not saying this to do Uber, but yes, you will be tested and women will try stuff with you, okay? Shout out to the ladies. Yes. Okay. So yes, I've been exposed by women. I've been exposed by women while Ubering when I was a little bit younger. They don't try it no more. I guess I don't look young enough to take advantage of. But back when I looked young enough to take advantage of, I've seen all type of ish. But I ain't finna expose the ladies. Shout out to the women. We love the women. And I didn't have a problem with it. Yeah, so you know, she's wearing a trench coat. I'm like, yo, so where you going? She's like, oh, you want to see what I have on under? I'm like, okay, shit, why not? And yeah, she was wearing some lingerie or whatever. And she told me, she was like, oh, you know, I'm going to she's like, don't trip out, but I'm going to a sex party. I'm like, I'm like, excuse me? She's like, yeah, I'm going to a sex party. I go to though. I'm like, so are you a she's like, yep, I'm a swinger. I'm like, okay. I'm like, so like break that down for me. You know, I'm interested. So like I'm learning a bunch of new stuff around this time. I'm interested. So I'm like, yeah, break that down for me. How does that work? So she's talking to me about the swinger lifestyle and like all the stuff. And she's telling me how they got like charms and shit that they wear to like be able to tell who from who, just like the LGBTQ community, like certain piercings mean certain things. If you wear certain wristbands, waist beads, I'm like, bro, what the hell? Who has the time to know all this stuff? She's like, yeah, if you're in the community, you know. And I'm like, damn. So I'm like, okay, so like, how would you get in? Like, how would you get in? And I was just asking, right? I wasn't gonna partake, but I asked her because I wanted to know. I'm like, damn. So as a dude, how would you get into like the community to like be able to participate in that? And she's like, oh, well, you know, you gotta be invited. You gotta be a +1. Somebody has to bring you as an invite, preferably a woman, or as a dude, you can come in, but you have to bring a woman. You can't just come in as a dude by yourself. Maybe if you pay, but more than likely no, because it's about the women or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So she's like, oh, you know, you could be my +1 if you want to come and see it for yourself. And I was like, why would I do that? And she was telling me, she was like, what did she say? She was like, oh, so you don't have to participate. A lot of people don't know this, right? So you can come and not participate and you can watch. And I shouldn't even expose this because people gonna come out and try and kill me. But hey, Ninja, look, Ninja, y'all ninjas ain't trying to donate. So if y'all was trying to donate, I wouldn't say nothing. But yeah, you can just stay and like, look, you don't have to actually participate. You can watch and you can like do stuff to yourself. Sorry to the kids, you shouldn't even be on my page if you found your way to my page. But yeah, you don't have to actually participate. You can watch or whatever. Like I said, you got to be a +1, and after that, you can come a couple times, then they let you into the community or whatever. And then people don't know too, so they get tested. Like I think they get tested every 2 to 4 weeks, but for sure every month. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember, but they do get tested. So that's how they protect against the STDs and all that, right? They make sure to get tested and all that. It's a bunch of stuff, bro. It's a bunch of stuff how they do it. Yeah, different strokes to different folks, man. And she was like, yeah, do you want to come? And I was like, nah. And it's crazy because the real reason why I ain't go, this back when I'm young, so I would have went, but I wouldn't have participated. I would have went to really see it for myself because I like to see shit with my eyes because I'm like, damn, you can't unsee that. But yeah, the real reason why I ain't go is because I had to get that money, bro. I had to get that money. So because I had to get that money, I ain't go. But let's continue.
First Combs and Tupac at Sean Combs' birthday party. This is the last time the two would be seen in public together. Something happened between them that night that ended their relationship. Did Tupac break up with Diddy on Diddy's birthday?
Yeah. What they talking about, bro? Let's continue.
Well, less than a month later, Tupac would be shot by Puffy's associate. Insiders have speculated that the East Coast-West Coast rivalry was a lover's quarrel gone awry. This tattoo over Diddy's heart confirms exactly that.
But what the hell, boy?
I didn't mean to laugh. Sorry. It's a little bit extreme. Yeah, bro, I ain't strong enough to get nobody tatted on me, and I got some tattoos. I got my best tattoos, I think, are Only the Strong Survive and Fear is Not Real. But I don't know if I'll get somebody tatted on me, bro. We ain't doing all that, bro. But hey, different strokes for different folks, people. Yeah, man, I don't know, bro. But they got me thinking, ever since the new social media came out, bro, where the algorithm switched now and they're ran more by the bots or whatever, and the NPCs. Yeah, bro, it's looking like they make it seem like Diddy, Tupac, Biggie, you know, them ninjas was playing for the same team. Hold on, I got one more I'm gonna show you from that one. Let me see if I can find it. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. And I ain't want to play it, but I'm gonna play it. We're gonna be a little explicit today. I'm gonna play it. Hold up, let me find it. 1 second, y'all. 1 second, I'm about to find it. Here we go.
Some of the most out-of-pocket lyrics of any rapper.
This is going to be explicit, people. Listen with headphones. Here we go. This is what my algorithm shows me, okay? Here we go.
Ever. And hopefully there will never be a rapper with worse lyrics.
And answer the poll.
Like, I don't care how good a woman looks. I would never give fellatio to her father because she's so beautiful.
When I met you, I admit my first thought was a trick. You look so good, huh? I suck on your daddy's dick.
Liquor be digging me in my asshole. Undercover, Donnie Brasco.
But what the hell, boy?
Now look. I laugh because I think back, you know, you hear these things. So I think back to when I was younger, right? And I used to hear them lyrics. And you know what I used to do? I'll be singing the lyrics when... I told y'all they watching, bro. I told you guys they were watching. They can't stop the show, though. They can't stop the show. I told y'all they watching, bro. I told y'all. YouTube, somebody watching my page. Shout out to my government agent who's watching me, bro. All right, I'm gonna stop, bro. I'm exposing too much. I'm exposing too much, man. I'm exposing too much. Let's get to the main event, man. So main event time. Y'all know what it is. Hold up. Main event. So we're gonna give you guys updates on what's going on with the Cassie case. Or Cassie testifying today in 4, 3, 2, 2. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I told y'all they was watching, though. You see how I try and wake you guys up. When I wake you guys up, they turn around and stop my stream. Stream just stopped for no reason, guys. I kid you not. Guys, I shit you not, right? I shit you not. I literally just paid the Wi-Fi bill today. I paid the Wi-Fi bill today. I just paid the Wi-Fi bill, my ninjas. And they try and stop the stream because I'm showing you guys the craziness that's going on in society. And like I said, it's all a psyop, but it ain't my business to wake people up. Shout out to the core. If you want to step into the core, hit me up. I forgot to put it up right now, but we're going to start putting it up again tomorrow, man. Join the core, man. The core, what the core is a network of individuals in the future. Let me see if I got the video. Hold on. Do I have the video? And I'm going to make a better one because I need to entice people to join us. Let me see. You can't be weird. Let me just start there. You can't be weird. You got to be cool because you got to expect to grow with these people. Not necessarily every one of them, but we are supposed to form a pact, an alliance, if you will. No, we're not a cult. Shout out to Jack, man. Jack, they just stopped the stream, man. They just stopped the stream. I was turning up. I was exposing too much info. They just stopped the stream. Shout out to our white brother, Jack. Yes, sir. Yeah, they just stopped the stream, so I'm not going to say too much. But we're talking about Diddy and Cassie. But I'm trying to show them the core video. Chad has not been working the past 2 videos. Ninja. Ninja. I'm trying to tell you, Ninja. They stopping. I've never heard of these things, but that's crazy, bro. They trying to demonetize a Ninja. They can't stop a Ninja. Our views are going up, though. We're at 7,700 subscribers. Shout out to the subscribers. Y'all already know, majority of the subscribers that follow you don't necessarily support me. They're going to start supporting the show soon, but majority of my subscribers that you guys see are strictly for my music. It's strictly because they found the Melody music video and they liked it. That's it and that's all. I'm going to start actually gearing my promotion towards the show now. So we should start having more people in here within the next month or 2. And shout out to our day 1 supporters. We appreciate you. You know, we had to get more funding. I almost ran out of funding, but I had to rework the play up and rework the plan. So we only had funding for the last 5 months, but it's all good. We're going to keep pushing and persevering, and we're coming out with new music. But let me show these people the core video before we get started on the Cassie situation and give you guys the updates. In the meantime, between time, answer the poll in the chat. That's crazy, bro. Chat has not been working the past 2 videos. They trying to stop us, bro. All right, so let me see. Where's the core video? What was the core video under? Let me think. 1 second, y'all. If I can't find it, we just gonna keep going. iPhone. Here we go. You were born into the noise. Join us, man. But something in you stayed quiet. Join us, man. Still watching. Waiting. Yes, sir. You knew this wasn't it. Yes, sir. Join the core, man. You started to hear a signal. Yeah. You started to remember. This is not an escape. This is a return. Welcome to the core. Yeah, man. Join, man. Ladies, you can join too. Ladies, you can join too. But ladies. Don't be trying to finesse my ninjas up in here, okay? We gonna say it. Don't try and finesse my ninjas, all right? Don't finesse my brothers up in here, okay? Anyways, let's get to the main event. Like I said, Cassie, man. So a lot has happened. We're gonna go to Google, and we're gonna go give you the update specifically on what she said. Cassie, nah, we'll do Diddy News. Diddy News. Appreciate that, Jack. Appreciate that. I gotta make it better though. Cassie Ventura gives testimony, USA Today. I want to go to AP News. We're going to try and make the core video better because people need to support it. And the only way people are going to support it is if it's better looking. And I got to put out more content. I got to keep putting out content and stuff. So it's a forever grind. But for now, my main goal is to get 1,000 core supporters. Once we get 1,000 people part of the core, we can start to expand. If anything, we'll start with 100 actually. 100's easier. Let's see. So let's see what this video. Hopefully this has somebody talking. Hold up.
Cassie Ventura, the singer known as
All right.
Cassie.
Here we go. So this is a video. This to give you guys a quick update and then we'll do a deep dive. Here we go.
Cassie Ventura, the singer known as Cassie, the key witness for the prosecution at Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial. On the witness stand on Tuesday, she gave her version of events of that now infamous videotape security footage of Combs beating her at a hotel in Los Angeles in 2016. Cassie telling jurors that she was involved in one of the freak-offs, the highly orchestrated sexual encounters that Combs had over the years. She was at the hotel with him. She wanted to leave the freak-off early because Combs had hit her and given her a black eye. She said she had a movie premiere scheduled for later, and she didn't want to mess that up. So she thought safest approach would be to leave the hotel and go home. Cassie said she grabbed her belongings, walked down the hall to the elevator, and as we see in that footage, Combs in a white bath towel walks down the hall after her, hits her, knocks her to the ground, kicks her, and then attempts to drag her back to the room. Cassie on the witness stand saying that the next thing I knew as she was bending down to put on her shoes was that I was thrown to the ground. She said she stayed on the floor as Combs grabbed her belongings and moved to take them back to the room. She said she felt safest on the floor. She didn't want him to do any more damage to her. When asked by a prosecutor how many other times Combs had knocked her to the ground like that, Cassie replied, "Too many to count. I don't know." Combs has pleaded not guilty. His lawyers say, if anything, the video and the testimony about violence points to domestic violence, not racketeering and sex trafficking, the charges in this case.
Yeah, shout out to Jack. Jack said it perfectly. It get real in the field, like, damn. But, yeah, I mean, look, bro. Yeah, it was domestic violence for sure. Ninja, and gentlemen, when you find your way to my page, I keep telling y'all, bro, you ain't got to do all that. If a girl don't want to listen to you, bro, leave her alone. There is a woman that will happily do what you want. And if she doesn't, guess what? Even she knows that there is a woman that will happily do what you want. So my advice, if you get into a situation with a woman and she doesn't want to do what you want, leave her alone, gentlemen. The world is a big place. There are a multitude of women out here that may or may not look better than Cassie that would have happily fulfilled whatever Diddy wanted. That's just the thing. Diddy got one-itis, as we like to say. And I mean, this doesn't justify his behavior. I'm just saying, with regards to the nature of the case. Past that, hey man, y'all gotta chill, bro. Chill, man, because these girls is not taking that shit from you guys no more. These girls is getting money. And yeah, that's why I don't waste my time. But let's continue. Crazy stuff, people. Crazy stuff. I'm trying to give you the updates. Let me see. We're gonna go to TikTok real quick. Excuse me. We're gonna go to TikTok. 1 second, y'all. TikTok will probably do more justice than me. Let me see. TikTok. Boom. All right, let's see. Let me see. 1 second. Cassie testify. All right, it's about to get crazy, guys. Here's some of the updates.
So we're taking a little bit of a break. Cassie just testified for about an hour and a half. She walked in with a brown fitted dress on. She was clearly visibly pregnant. She began by talking about how frequently she was abused when asked by prosecutors. She said things like too frequently and said that she had knots on her head before, busted lips, swollen lip, bruises, that these things were normal for her. When asked about what is a freak off, she talked about it being an experience where Combs watched Ventura have sex with other men, and she said that she learned about this concept within the first year of their relationship.
Yeah, ninjas is stronger than me. I could never do that. Sorry, bro. I ain't gonna be okay with that, bro. That's just me though, bro. But let's continue.
Why she went along with it. When asked that question, she said, I was 22. I felt a sense of responsibility. I was confused, nervous, wanted to make him happy. So this is only the first hour and a half of her testimony. We're taking a lunch break, but when we come back, I'm sure we'll get more into the details of their relationship.
And that's where this morning's first show, the morning show, that's where we stopped at. They had went to lunch and she described the freak offs and everything. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy stuff, but believe it or not, people, there are crazier things that go on in the world. This is America, right? So we all know that we are governed by some form of rules. Do you guys know what goes on in other countries? Are you hearing me right now? Do you understand what goes on in other countries? Not necessarily important because we're not speaking about them right now, but I'm just letting you know it's a whole nother ball game in other countries, people. So when we see this, I'm like, yeah, this is shocking, but it's not that shocking. I'm not going to say it's not that bad because first off, I would never want to go through that or necessarily have my daughter go through that because me and the ninja going to have to shoot the fair one or I might have to sit in prison. That's just me, and I may be biased in that situation. It is what it is, but let's continue.
Remember, though, this is a case about a criminal enterprise, sex trafficking, racketeering. So they're laying the foundation as to the relationship between Sean Combs and Cassie Ventura, Cassandra Ventura, but it's moving kind of slow right now, but we'll be providing another update when we get more information. So we're taking...
And unfortunately, the reality of the situation is also that the way Cassie's answering, I'm not saying that she wasn't a victim, but it seems like she willingly participated because of these reasons, but she still participated. And that's the whole issue that the court's gonna try and figure out. Was Diddy coercing her, or did she willingly participate? Now, you guys tell us what you think. I don't necessarily know. Shout out to this woman from the Breakfast Club. I forget her name. Lauren. Shout out to Lauren. Yeah, that's her name. We gonna let her talk. Here we go. And like I said, it's just very interesting how majority of the people testifying against Cassie, we don't see that many men. Here we go.
Victim 3, as we know, as of today, still does not want to testify and is telling them she does not plan on coming to court. There is now a Victim 5. I know Puff's team was trying to keep Victim 5 out of the conversation or whatever, but Victim 5, if Victim 5 does testify, will testify with, she's not going to be able to hide her identity. And this is according to some documents that TMZ recently obtained. And this victim is going to testify as a witness that Diddy committed an act of sexual misconduct allegedly in the past, but he's not being charged for this act in the case.
Do any of the victims have penises? Because, you know, there was a lot of talk about.
And that's what I'm saying. This is what I've been saying. I'm like, bro, they kind of like, they like playing, but like I said, the feds got something on him. They got the whole drugs and stuff and the baby oil and all that stuff and ecstasy and all that. But let's continue.
You know, male stuff. I don't know, did that make it to the courtroom? I know that was a lot of chatter online, but did it make it to the courtroom?
All of the victims that I know of are women.
Okay.
At this point, and we all had some questions about what happens if victim 3 don't show up.
Men before.
Great question.
Oh, see, I don't know that.
You gotta be strategic.
Yeah.
I probably won't know until I see.
Okay.
And all those suits, because a lot of Diddy's lawsuits.
Hold on, we're gonna pull up the Breakfast Club and see what they got to say about it. But yeah, I was been saying this, bro. I'm like, yo, what happened to all these ninjas that said, you know, whatever happened? I'm just like, bro. Let me see. And tell us what you guys think. Cassie testifying, the Breakfast Club. Let me see what they got to say. Hold up 1 second. It's loading. It's loading. Here we go. Let's see.
The Diddy trial will continue today, May 12th, but today is a really, really big day because
and this is yesterday, but this is just up to speed for you guys.
Statements will begin for both the prosecutors and Diddy's team on the defense. But before that
and tell us what you think, and if you can't tell us what you think, hit the answer the poll in the chat. And the question is, do you think Cassie was telling the whole truth today? And if you don't know, we're gonna bring you up to speed. She talked about the freak offs. What else did she talk about? She talked about you know, Diddy being domestically violent, right? But I mean, like I said, past that, when it comes to racketeering and stuff and forcing her to engage in you know, paraphernalia, I don't necessarily know that he forced her because I can't really tell. I mean, she I don't know. I'm leaning on the side of coerced, but I don't know. You guys tell us what you think. Here we go.
Starts, they have to select the jury. They were supposed to have done this on Friday. That was supposed to be the last day of this, but the Diddy's team came in and said, because of cold feet, we shouldn't do it today.
What you mean cold feet?
So Diddy's team alleged that if they were to have selected the final members of the jury on Friday, those jury members would have had all weekend to sit, get nervous, get a little scared, basically. Like they didn't want that to happen. So they were like, look, we feel like because of how high stake this case is, because of the person that is in question, talking about Puff, we should wait until Monday, right before we start the opening statements. They have a pool of 43 jurors, men and women. They have them narrow that down to 12 definite jurors and 6 alternates. So the judge agreed. He said, you know what, you're right, I agree. Let's wait until right before opening statements. We'll choose a jury, and then boom, we'll swear them in. We'll go right into the actual opening statements from prosecutors and the defense. Now, Envy, you had a question about Cassie testifying.
Yes, I think I heard on the news on my way, and they said Cassie might be testifying today.
Well, there have been photos that came out of her last week, at the end of the week, of very, very pregnant.
And for those of you who don't know, yes, she did testify. And I mean, yeah, bro. I mean, look, her husband is strong. I wouldn't be able to hear my wife getting clapped by multiple ninjas for days straight, but you know, they're saying that she was abused or whatever. Excuse me. Yeah, it's just hard to compete with that, bro. That's all I'm saying. It's like, especially if she enjoyed it. I'm not saying she did. I'm just saying it would be crazy hard to compete with that, bro. But I mean, she has multiple kids, so shout out to her and her kids. Let's continue.
in New York. It is expected that she's supposed to testify this week, but for her to testify today, those opening statements from both sides will have to be really, really short. I'm told by a source close to the case that it's possible, but for that to happen today, it would they would have to literally get through their opening statements super fast, and then. But it all depends on what strategy the prosecutors are trying to take. And typically, you wouldn't lean on a witness for your opening statements, but it depends on where they're going with it. Also, too, Cassie's really, really pregnant, so I think that's going to play a part too in both sides wanting to make sure they can get her on the stand early on, because once she's out, she's out.
That's going to be a very stressful environment for her to be pregnant and be on that stand, and the way they're going to press her. And
shout out to Charlamagne the Jizzle. Pause.
Boy, what the hell, boy?
I don't call no man of God, but shout out to Charlamagne. Hey, bro, that's facts, though. That's facts. Yeah, it would be hard, and it was hard for her. It's tough, but I mean, it has to be done, unfortunately, because the reality of the situation is, it's prominent to the case, because if she doesn't testify, they actually don't have a case. As far as I know, they don't really have a case because she's a star witness, key witness. Everything was built from not necessarily what happened in that video at the hotel in 2016 that we seen, where, Diddy was doing what he was doing. But I'm saying it was predicated on that. So, yeah, she's unfortunately needed. Sad part is her husband has to be a part of that and listen to that. But, I mean, hey, man, unfortunately, the way some women will look at it is that he has to be strong for her during that time. I hope I never have to go through no situations like that. But I got a lot of life to live. So, we'll see. Let's continue.
Be bringing up all type of stuff that I'm sure that she may not want to have divulged. That's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, but they gotta go back and forth with it, right? They gotta go to the facts. But like you said, it's gonna look so crazy.
Ain't gonna be no back and forth. It's gonna be a full court press.
Yep.
Okay.
But how is
they gonna
Diddy's
throw everything in the book at Cassie?
But how is Diddy's team gonna be looking going full court press with this woman who's pregnant?
You gotta be strategic. You gotta do
what you gotta do, unless you want to do life. That ninja about to do life in prison about this. And gentlemen, always remember. Regardless of what happened, this is because Diddy didn't want to pay, so you got to pay for these girls, bro. Diddy did not want to pay, bro. That's what it came down to. I always ask myself, because I feel like we're living in the Flashpoint paradox. Shout out to everybody that watch superheroes. But, bro, do y'all realize that if Diddy paid her when she asked for some money at first, she asked for a couple milli, I think it was like 30 or whatever. Do you guys know that we would never know any of this? We would never know. Do y'all realize that?
Boy, what the hell, boy?
We would never know.
Being angry, being upset with her. I feel like you don't want the jury to feel like you're
attacking a pregnant woman.
They're going to do that because the picture that they're going to paint of Cassie is you not innocent. That's what they're going to try to paint.
100%. 100%.
You was complicit in all of this, and probably an accessory in some cases. That's how they're going to try to paint her.
Oh yeah, they've already started kind of leaning into that now. As far as how far along Cassie is, she announced her pregnancy in February 2025. So according to Google, she's 6, maybe 7 months at this point. Now I'd already told you guys that from what I was told, Cassie did not want to testify. Victim 3, as we know, as of today, still does not want to testify and is telling them she does not plan on coming to court. There is now a victim 5. I know Puff's team was trying to keep victim 5 out of the conversation or whatever, but victim 5, if victim 5 does testify, will testify with she's not going to be able to hide her identity, and this is according to some documents that TMZ recently obtained, and this victim is going to testify as a witness that Diddy committed an act of sexual misconduct allegedly in the past, but he's not being charged for this act in the case.
Do any of the victims have penises? Because there was a lot of talk.
Of course, Charlamagne the Jizzle gotta ask that, bro. That's why I call him Charlamagne the Jizzle now, bro. This ninja always gotta ask about the wieners, bro. But yeah, that's a good question, though. That's a good question. Here we go.
About male stuff. I don't know if did that make it to the courtroom. I know that was a lot of chatter online, but did it make it to the courtroom?
All of the victims that I know of are women.
Okay.
At this point, and y'all had some questions about what happens if victim 3 don't show up.
Men before.
Great question.
Oh, see, I don't know that.
You gotta be strategic.
I probably won't know until I see.
Okay.
And all those suits, because a lot of Diddy's lawsuits got dropped, right?
On the civil side,
right.
Yes, there's a number of them. To your point, though, I'm sure that they're going to try and make claims on the criminal side seem like really outrageous because we've watched that on the civil side, but civil and criminals separate.
They have no weight.
So he's in court for both criminal and civil litigation. And with that being said, I mean, hey, bro, it's tough, but this is going to last, like this case alone is going to last 8 to 10 weeks, and it's only day 2, and we got all this info. So I think they're first going to start with all these victims. From there, Diddy's defense is gonna probably try and attack all these victims and find loopholes in their arguments. From there, they're gonna make a determination. But yeah, bro, I mean, hey, bro, shout out to all the men that come to my page. Shout out to the ladies, gentlemen. Don't, like, me personally, I ain't trying to find no way to court, bro. And that's why I say I play square. I don't want to be in this situation because this ninja is burning through money. I guarantee you he's probably already burned through about $80 million. Here we go.
And so, because they
yeah, burden of proof is different.
And he still got to pay his bills. Even though he's in jail not making money, he still has to pay his bills to keep a roof over his kids' heads, his whoever else's money, whoever else he got on payroll, ninja. Here we go.
But yeah, so that kicks off today. I'll be there.
Yes,
I will be there.
Our very own Lauren LaRosa will be there.
Yes.
Dressed as Colonel.
All right, so that was yesterday. Let me see if they got anything today. Because I can read it for you guys, but I want you to hear somebody else say it. Let me see. Cassie testifying today. Let's see. All right, here we go. Shout out to TMZ.
Did you want Sean to urinate on you? Cassie, I didn't want anyone to urinate on me. Prosecutor, how often did it happen? Answer, often enough.
All right, so look, for those of you who don't know, for those of you who don't know, they found out that she was getting urinated on, ninja.
But what the hell?
Yeah, it was wild like that, bro. But the escort supposedly said that Cassie asked him to do it to her, and that's where it's confusing. Now, ninjas might say, "Oh, because Diddy told her to ask him," but that's where the escort was like, and this is a male escort. He was like, he was confused because she asked him if he liked that kind of stuff. So I don't know what to believe, bro. But yes, like I was saying earlier, Cassie testified in the Diddy trial saying the freak-offs lasted 4 days. Ninja. 4 days, bruh. Now, I enjoy fornication myself, okay? I ain't gonna lie to you. But I'm here to tell you. As long as I can last, ninja, there is no way I'm going 4 days, ninja. Come on, bro. Oh, 4 days? I'm tripping. Yeah, 4 days. I thought it said 48 hours. Yeah, 4 days. Ninja, that's 24, 48 plus 48. That's 96 hours. Ninja. That's an obsession, my ninja. That's too much. Here we go.
Cassie is spilling tea. She just took the stand day 2 of the Diddy trial, and she is letting the cat out of the bag, detailing her firsthand experience with Diddy and these freak-offs. Now, while on the stand, Cassie detailed how these S-parties have become her job, that it was no time to do anything else but to do them and then try to recover. The longest time they spent doing them was 4 days, and it lasted for significant periods of time. She went on to claim that Diddy mentioned being into this type of activity within the first 6 months or a year of them dating. She claims that when she first started getting into them, she was 22 years old, and she agreed to do it because she wanted to make Diddy happy, and even spilled tea on the first one going down in his Los Angeles home. She is aware that the male counterparts involved in the freak-offs were paid to dance and to get it popping with her, and she says in order to cope with what was going on, she would have to drink and she would have to do other things as well. Says that her and Diddy went on to wear disguises during the parties, that they would wear a masquerade mask, how when she was participating in them, she didn't really feel much because she was on cloud 9, but she did feel dirty and confusion. She was happy that he was happy with her.
All right, Ninja, you talking too fast for me. Shout out to the alphabet boys and girls. Let me find this lady right here. Shout out to this woman right here.
I was in the courtroom as Cassie was testifying, so let me tell you guys everything that you didn't see or may have not heard, because
why her nose look like that, bro?
But what the hell, boy?
You're still cute, mama, but why your nose look like that, bro? Am I tripping, bro?
it's a lot. I will say the most damning part of her testimony for me is when she describes a freak-off where Diddy and another man, an escort, are standing on top of her while she is laying on the floor high off of ecstasy, and they are urinating on her face to the point where she is choking on their pee. And to further give context on the
now, Ninja, I'm not laughing. Ninja, you know, of course they take it to the extreme, but obviously if we use our brains here and they were standing over her, you know, I don't want to necessarily speak on this topic, but yeah, her mouth was open, guys. I mean, if she was choking on it, it's because her mouth, I mean, what are we talking about, bro?
What the hell,
what are people talking about, bro? Like, let's dial it back some, bro. I have to dial it back, bro, because Ninjas is loony. Here we go.
On the right-hand side of the court, seated, is her husband, Alex Fine. On the left-hand side, Diddy's 6 out of 7 kids. We're sitting in the courtroom as Cassie is describing having weekly freak-offs for years. That would last 2, 3, one lasted up to 4 days. She talked about damaging hotel rooms so bad in one.
Do y'all private parts not hurt though? I'm like, bro. Like, bro, after a while, your private parts would start to hurt. Am I wrong, bro? Am I tripping, bro? Am I tripping? Like, I understand every couple, maybe, skip a day, but damn, 2 days, bro? Damn. Where do y'all got the free time? How does he have so? Well, I mean, hey, let me mind my business. I'm not pocket watching. Let's continue.
Instance that they had to pay such a hefty fee because the hotel told them that they needed to completely redecorate the room after a freak off. After a freak off, there would be blood, urine, and lots of baby oil. There was.
I don't even know what button to press, my ninja. That's disgusting.
So much baby oil. There was also so much baby oil talk to the point where the judge at one point told prosecutors, wrap it up. But before we even got there, a very pregnant Cassie was called to the stand. She was wearing a tight brown turtleneck dress that was hugging her baby bump.
Yeah, because she needs you ninjas to see that she's pregnant. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, man, this is war, man. This is war. If y'all ain't know, I'm here to tell you, this life-ish, it's more than just survival. It's war. By any means necessary. Let's continue.
She sat down, you could tell she was nervous. And if you couldn't, you quickly picked up on it because once she started talking, you noticed that she paused a lot. She would sigh heavily before she answered a question. One of those.
Nah, man. Hey, this is war. They trying to put this ninja away. Shout out to the courtroom, Law and Order. Y'all know what it is, man. They ain't playing no games. Of course she's going to sigh and let everybody know that I'm a pregnant woman with 3 kids now. And I don't want to think about that no more. This is war, people. Let's go.
Those moments was when she explained to the court that a year into their relationship, that Diddy had approached her with this fantasy that he had. He called it voyeurism, where he wanted to see her have sex with another man. Later,
yeah, could never be me, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'll never be comfortable. Shout out to them ninjas that's strong enough to do that. I'm not that type of ninja. I ain't that type of ninja. But I guess this is how women feel when we tell them that we want a threesome. So shout out to the ladies for being strong. Now I understand. It irritates me thinking about it. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Here we go.
Referred to as freak-offs. She said her stomach dropped. She was 22 years old. She described herself as very naive and a people pleaser. She said the only reason that she agreed to it is because she knew it would make him happy and she was afraid what would happen if she said no.
Now, boom, right? Let's stop right there. Excuse me. So this is where she turned around and kind of shot herself in the foot, because when you turn around and say the only reason why I agreed to it is because I wanted to make somebody happy, that means you weren't coerced. You wanted to do it. Now, when you say you were scared, okay, now that's where it's kind of like, okay, it's a back and forth thing. So were you scared or did you want to make him happy? Because if you wanted to make him happy, he didn't force you to do anything. That means you wanted to do it. And that's where she actually might have shot herself in the foot. But we'll see as time goes on. Let's continue.
That's also around the time, she says, that he started to get abusive. Most of her testimony today was spent on talking about these.
And also, just so you ninjas know, for you ninjas that think you like that kind of stuff, right? The reason why this ninja started to get abusive, and this is just based off of my own interpretations, right? I think the reason why he started to get abusive is because this ninja traumatized himself by watching the woman that he was with sleep with other men. So my advice to you ninjas is don't put yourself through no cuck rituals like that. You heard that here first on the Blac Pill, man. You're not strong enough. You don't have the stomach. You're not strong enough to handle that. You think you're strong enough, and he thought maybe he liked that. Who knows what happened in this ninja's life as a youngin' that had him thinking like that. You're not strong enough to do that. And that's why I think personally he got so offensive and defensive and wanted to put hands on her, because this ninja's sitting there all day watching her sleep with other men thinking, oh yeah, I'm turned on by that. That's why I have to hit that buzzer. That's why he started getting weird on her. Here we go.
Freak-offs, the different escorts that they would use, the different hotels that they would use. She said that she would find escorts off of Craigslist, and this escort service called Cowboys for Angels. And to describe them, they weren't the most attractive men, right? They were very average looking. Some of them weren't even conventionally attractive. One thing they had in common is most of them were black, because Diddy preferred for her black men with a big D, she said. At one point, Cassie broke down in tears when the prosecutor asked her, why didn't you leave? If the freak-offs, as you explained, were so disgusting and humiliating, why not leave? And she started crying and said that she was very deeply in love, and this was the only alone time that she could get with Diddy. And it got to a point where this was kind of the only emotional connection that she was getting from.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, like I said, they from another world, bro. So if you guys actually knew about how pimping was in a pimp game, that's just part of the pimp world. And don't ask me how I know. If you want to know, for those of you who are new, I've been around pimps and they've told me this is how it works. And that's why they can convince a woman to act a certain kind of way or do certain things. Besides the point, yeah, Ninja, that's wild, Ninja. That's wild, Ninja. Hold on.
But what the hell?
That's wild, bro. And there's more to the story. We'll keep you guys updated. We'll be back in here tomorrow. That's it for today's show, man, because I got to hit the gym. Those are practically the main deets. Like I said, you guys follow me for more. We'll keep you guys updated on what's going on. It's so tough because I'm trying to talk about other stuff, but this is the biggest thing going on right now on the internet. And you know, we talk about the biggest things on the internet. This is the Blac Pill podcast, man. Smoke, mirrors, truth. Take the Blac Pill and see for yourself. We back in here tomorrow morning.